If you've been feeling stuck, if it feels like your manifestations just aren't coming to life no matter how much you visualize, script, or speak affirmations into the mirror, this is the missing key. This is the shift that changes everything. It may sound simple, but I promise it's the most profound, life-altering practice you can embody. Trusting and knowing that everything you attract is actually leading you to your desires, even when it doesn't look like it. Let's be honest. Manifestation isn't just about getting what you want when you want it. It's about becoming the version of you that receives what you asked for. And that journey often doesn't look the way we expect it to. In my own life, this has proven true over and over again. The things that felt like detours or even disappointments, the people who came and left, the jobs, the relationships, the rejections, they were all part of the orchestration, each one leading me, guiding me, not away from my manifestations, but toward them. The turning point came when I stopped resisting, when I surrendered to the flow. We all have this inner need to control, to micromanage the path, to try to figure out how our desires are going to come to us. And when life doesn't match our perfect little plan, we panic, we fall into doubt, fear, scarcity. But here's what's really happening. We're trying to write a story. We can't even see the full pages of. The universe sees the entire map. The overhead view, it's guiding us through moments that may look random or even painful, but that are precisely calibrated to grow us, to strengthen us, to align us with the frequency of our desires. And when we try to resist that, we're just fighting the very current that's carrying us home. Imagine you're walking your dog. You know the path. You know where the dangers are. Maybe there's broken glass on one street, or an aggressive dog behind a gate down another. But your dog doesn't know that. They're pulling at the leash, whining, desperate to go a different way, the way they think is best. To them, the leash feels like restriction. To you, it's protection, it's guidance. They want to run. You're asking them to pause. They want to chase what they see. You're focused on what they don't see. Now picture yourself as that dog. You're asking the universe for something. Love, money, purpose, a breakthrough. But instead of opening the door you expected, the universe tugs the leash and says, "Not that way, not yet." It feels like resistance, but it's really redirection. It feels like delay, but it's divine timing. It feels like restriction, but it's love. The more you pull, the more you create tension. But the moment you soften into trust, walk alongside the universe, and tune into its quiet guidance, that's when the walk becomes easeful. That's when the path unfolds, safely, powerfully, aligned. The leash isn't punishment. It's your sacred tether to divine intelligence. It's guiding you home. So, how do you actually trust the universe? Here's what's worked for me. You start by embracing the present moment. Not just tolerating it, but accepting it as sacred. You make peace with the now. You look at what's in front of you and you say, even this is part of the plan. You stop needing proof. You stop needing control. You start choosing belief over fear, faith over forcing. You say to the universe, I trust you more than I trust my fear. I believe there is wisdom in this moment, even if I don't see it yet. This surrender doesn't make you weak. It makes you magnetic. Because the moment you let go of forcing, you enter alignment. And when you're in alignment, life begins to flow through you. Here's what most people don't realize. When you doubt the process, when you live in fear or panic, you're activating the frequency of lack. And from lack, you manifest more lack. That's just how frequency works. If you want to receive the life you're dreaming of, you have to match the energy of that life before it arrives. And that starts with trust. When you trust, you're not just being spiritual, you're regulating your nervous system, and that changes everything. Here's the deeper science behind it. Your nervous system governs your emotional state. Your emotions influence your thoughts and beliefs. Your thoughts and beliefs shape your actions. And your actions ultimately determine your results. So if your outer reality feels chaotic, resistant, or stagnant, the work isn't to push harder. The work is to go inward and soothe the system that's running the show. When you calm your nervous system through breath, meditation, stillness, grounding, and presence, you send a signal to your body that you are safe. And from safety, everything begins to shift. Your emotions soften. Your heart begins to open. Your thoughts become clearer, more compassionate, more loving, more empowered. Your beliefs elevate from fear to possibility. You begin to take aligned, intentional action, not from desperation, but from wholeness. And that's when your reality begins to mirror that internal transformation. That's when manifestation becomes magnetic. You've unlocked a new level of awareness when this clicks, because you no longer see challenges as setbacks. You see them as sacred redirections. You stop reacting and start receiving. You shift from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What is this here to teach me?" That shift is where alignment lives. It's a turning point between chasing your desires and calling them in. You're working with the laws of frequency, vibration, and resonance. You're sending a signal to the universe that says, "I'm safe, I'm ready, I trust." And that belief becomes the bridge between the now and the manifestation you've already called in. From that place, manifestation isn't something you force. It's something you allow. So here's your reminder. What looks like a delay is not a denial. What feels like a failure may be your foundation. What seems like confusion might be cosmic redirection. Every single thing that shows up in your life, every challenge, every twist, every person is part of the unfolding. When you shift from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to "How is this guiding me?" you step into alignment. You stop resisting and you start receiving.